Good morning. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Chris Capper, and today we're going to be looking at a 2025 Winnebago Navion 24R. This is such a great coach. What they've done is they've taken the award-winning Winnebago Echo and made it into kind of a luxury option with that slide that so many people like. You'll see when we get in there, it's like a 3 separate rooms. It's really sweet. So what this is going to be built on, or what this is built on, is going to be the Mercedes-Benz. This is going to be the 2-liter high output diesel engine, which is going to give us 208 horsepower. This is a rear-wheel drive coach. And they'll come in 2 particular sizes. All-wheel drive will not give us the capability of having this front bunk area. So if you don't need that, we can certainly get that for you. I think I might have one in stock, but this one's going to be on that rear wheel drive chassis, and it's going to have all the Mercedes accoutrements that you would want to see in there, and we'll get to that shortly. So you'll see that we have these nice Alcoa aluminum rims right here, which are super easy to take care of. And then they've also added this nice little running board right here, which has 2 security loops on there. So whether it's your e-bikes or your mountain bikes, your kayaks if you're like me, or your dogs, you can actually just put them right on that so they don't go chasing after that squirrel or anything. So this is going to be with the full body paint that we have this in, and this is called Misty Lake. I love this right here. It's got a nice silver, a darker pewter tone, and then this nice blue color in here. And one of the really cool things that Winnebago has done is, if you'll notice coming up here, they have this nice scalloped piece, which instead of having that hard fiberglass boxy look that a lot of other coaches will have, this is a nice scallop piece right here, which is going to help a little bit with the aerodynamic qualities. And then if we're moving up and looking at the top, that is a one-piece molded fiberglass front end cap on that. So that is going to have less chance for water to get in there, which has always been an issue with some of the older or some of the newer other brands that don't do that. And then you'll see that we'll have frameless window up there. Coming over here, we have a nice wide door entry. And what's really neat that Winnebago has done is you've got 3 keys for this. You have the key that opens the door, and that will get you into all of our compartments. And then you have the deadbolt key, and then you have your Sprinter coach key. So all 3 keys get you into anything that you need to do. Coming over here, you'll notice that I have a cable. So if you want to hook up an outside TV here, with 2 electric outlets. So that's going to work really well with our big sine wave inverter that we have on this. And what's going to keep it nice is if we come up here, you're going to see how we have this really nice carefree wind sensor awning with the LED light packs on that. So here I am. I'm not going to set a TV up outside, guys, but I am going to be out here with my wife, daughter, and hanging out with the chairs and maybe having one of those little portable fires that fire pits that you can hook up, or I might be smoking or grilling out here too. So that is going to be hooked up right over here. But before we get there, you'll notice I have this Truma AquaGo Comfort Plus. And what this is going to be is your water heater, and this is a hybrid system, so this works good at higher altitudes, which we certainly have that in Colorado. And this is about a 3/4 liter tank, and there's a microprocessor unit in here, temperature sensors going into the tank for the ambient water, the temperature in the tank, and the water coming out. And then this right here, they include this. You can do your clean cycle once a year or once every 3 to 6 months, depending on how much you're using this. And that you just pop that in here and set it to clean, and that'll descale your unit. So everything is really easy, really well done. This is German engineered, great system, best in class in the industry. And the Comfort Plus, that plus means that this is on a recirculator. So when that's on, that's recirculating that hot water throughout your coach. So that means that when you turn on your shower, when you turn on your faucets, it's going to be nice and warm already. So we'll open this right here, and what we see is I have my inverter disconnect and my main battery disconnect. And then this is going to be in a roto-molded finish. Winnebago is one of the few manufacturers left in the industry, and they actually roto-mold their own stuff. So if for some reason something were to happen to this, say some road debris broke into this, you can call Winnebago up and they can just spin up a new one and get that shipped out to you. So this is a really good place to keep maybe your toys for the kids or the dog stuff. Nice little area, or even your outdoor grill or whatever you might want to fit in there. So really good option to have that right where we're camping. So I'm going to shut this right here. And then what's really cool is we have the blind spot monitoring. So this was something that took a while for Winnebago to get Mercedes to get that done. Some of the earlier models don't have that, so you'll know if it has it because you're going to see this little bump out right here. And what that's going to tell you is if you're getting ready to turn, you're going into that right lane or left lane, and there's somebody here, it's going to let you know, give you that warning beep sound, and also light up that red triangle on the side view mirrors. This is our Suburban heater right here. Not much to say about that. Those are tried and true and work forever. So what's really interesting, I'm going to open all these up, is the popularity of that Winnebago Echo with this great bay garage. This is 48 inches tall, 28 inches wide, and this is heated. So my furnace is actually heating this space. When I opened this up this morning, this was a little bit warmer than it was outside because I had this on last night. And so not only is this heated, I've got this nice floor system right here that's gonna help mitigate any scratches or anything. It's a heavy duty flooring. I have L-track on each side right here on the bottom, and I also have that coming up here to the top. So I've got 3 lanes there and 3 lanes here. And what that's going to give you the capability of doing is getting those mountain bikes in here, or if you want to have another great option is if you you can also put your mountain bikes back there. I'll show you that in a second. You could put one of those big coolers in here, and there is a 12 volt and 110 volt on each side. So I've got them on the port and the starboard side right there. And then here you can also see I've got my input connections for campsite or portable satellite dish and cable, and also additional solar capability with this, so I can set all that up. And you might wonder, well, if all this is shut, how am I getting that out? Well, we've got this little piece right here that you can run any of that stuff out there. And if you're worried about anything getting in there, this actually has a little hole right here. So you just shut that partially, and then you can actually run a wire or 2 through that. So pretty cool. I could get my solar and cable or satellite wire through there and keep it nice and handy. So let's go ahead and I'm going to get these shut. And then I'm going to show you another exciting piece in the back here. So looking up top, you're going to see that I have this HD camera right there that's looking down, and I also have one that's looking out. So I have 2 modes of seeing, like a distance mode and then a tighter mode, so I can see my tow vehicle or who's coming up on me. And speaking of tow vehicles, I have a 5,000 pound hitch right here. So like you could tow a little Honda CR-V or certain Jeeps, and they'll fit right in there. We have our 7-way plug right here. And then we can also hook up a electric brake for you as well with our award-winning service team that we have here. Now, if you're not going to tow anything, you can actually put a piece out here that can take your whitewater kayaks, your sup boards, your mountain bikes, or even they have these nice cargo pieces that will fit in there, and you could have additional stuff on that. So coolers, grills, whatever it is that you would like. So that'll all fit on there. And then you'll notice too, as we're looking at the sides, both of these sides have these nice bright LED brake lights and reverse lights, and that just goes up all around the entirety on the top as well. So moving back around here, this is my smart plug. And so this will show me my ground, my neutral, my power line right here. When that's plugged in, all those should be green and this should be glowing white. If there's an issue, it's actually going to be flashing this piece around here, which will show a color. That'll be flashing red, and whichever issue it is will also be red. If it's an issue with the entirety of it, they can all flash. So that's going to give you the capability of knowing where that problem is. Now, we have a 35-gallon fresh water tank on this, 47-gallon black and a 46-gallon gray. So if some of you guys just don't like dealing with the cassette toilet that we have on the Echo and you want more luxury and more space, this is going to give that to you. But you still have a lot of the capabilities that you have in the Echo. So I can fill my potable water right here. So it's a gravity fill, and that's locked to keep anybody from tampering with that. And then here I have my wet bay. So everything is really easy to access. I have my outdoor shower, which I can plug right here into the door. And then I can empty my gray and black tanks from right here. There's those knife valves that you can pull, and the drain will be right below where we're at right now. Now for filling the water, and then I can also turn this light on or off. So we will do that right now. And then I have my black tank flush and my fresh water. So you just want to fill it up. This is where you fill it up, or if you're going to be hooked up to your campsite water or your house, you can keep it plugged in right there. Now, black tanks can get a little stinky because that's where our waste goes in. Anything goes into the toilet goes in the black tank. Anything goes into any drain, shower, or sink will go into your gray tank. And what's really cool is that this has basically like a sprinkler system in there to mitigate any smells and just keep it nice and clean for you. We also talked about the blind spot monitoring. Here's on this side. So as we're kind of backing up here, we'll notice that we have these windows. So I've got I think 3 on the other side and 2 on this side. And with that, these are dual pane acrylic windows. And what that's going to help do is going to keep the hot air or the cold air outside where you want it. So it's going to help give you a little bit more insulation capability in that. And I've seen these around since at least 2015, 2016 when I first started in the sales part of the industry, and they last. So much less issues with those than you would see on a typical glass one. Now here I've got my 12-gallon LP tank, and I also, just to the right of that's going to be the hydraulic pump and systems for my leveling system. So this does have a hydraulic leveling system, which is going to be superior to an electric, and it's going to just give you that much more power. And on every one of these doors we have these nice pneumatic struts that keeps it out. And then this is pretty exciting because you'll notice that I don't have a generator, right? I have the generator replacement package, which that includes that big red battery right there. That's a 950 amp hour, 12 volt lithionics battery. And there's a Bluetooth app that you can get that you can control that. It is self-heating and also can have diagnostics built into that. So it's a really cool setup. And this is going to just allow you to camp for so much longer than you normally could. Coming up to the front of the chassis, this is where my diesel is. And now I've had somebody ask me this, do I have to leave this open when I'm filling this because that can get a little smelly? No, you don't. So I'm going to back out here and just let you see that I can keep those fumes out of the coach by just having that open here, popping this off, filling that as appropriate, and then when I'm done, putting that back, shutting this, and then tagging that right there. Now, I do not recommend ever leaving that filling unattended, because a lot of these diesel pumps will fill really quickly. It's a 24.5 gallon fuel tank that will fill up very quickly. So you do not ever need to leave that. It's not like these big diesel pushers that get no miles to the gallon and takes forever to fill, right? So with this, looking in here, you'll notice these nice seats, and this is going to be the upgrade that we put on this. This is the Primera ultra leather upgrade that we have on this. And I don't know, I'm going to get out of your way, but I would just want you to look at that headrest part right there. So I learned this the hard way when I got into an accident, but Mercedes actually has technology that if somebody were to hit you from the rear, you can actually, this piece right here will help protect your head and help mitigate whiplash to some degree. And then looking over here, you'll notice that I have heated seats, and these get nice and hot. For my bad back, this is great. Got my lock and unlock. Got 3 memory seated positions. I always recommend memory 1 primary driver, 2 secondary driver, and memory 3, set that in the position that lets you rotate these seats around, because both of these seats will rotate and become part of your camping experience. Makes it real easy. And then you have just so many different capabilities. I can tilt that forward, I can tilt that back, I can have that go forward and back. So really nice Mercedes quality electric seats. And with, you also have that nice little lumbar support there. So I'm gonna skip opening that hood right now, because you can see, if you want to see what's under that hood, you can look at some of my other videos, but I have something else I really want to talk about today, more so than that, so I want to dedicate a little bit more time to that. But under that hood, everything is super easy to access, easy to maintain. We're gonna open this door here, and got these quick easy steps out. Now I can have those set to where they don't open and shut every time that I open this door. It's just a quick little push of a button, because if I'm at the campsite, I don't want to wait for that to open and shut every time. So that's going to be there. I've got a nice little screen door right here with heavy duty hinges on that door. So really nice screen door that they've done here. And then an extra window on the door. And then I do have a privacy curtain that I can bring down. But what that's going to do is allow you to see a little bit more out. You have a more open space for you when you're in there, especially on those rainy or snowy days. I've seen some of you guys up there at the ski resorts, and there's like 3 or 4 feet of snow around these Navions. And if you're stuck in there and can't get out, although you're probably skiing, you can have a little bit less claustrophobic space. So coming on in. Well, before we get all the way in, I want to show you, this is where I would lock that step out right here. I can turn my coach battery on and off here, which will just kind of like cut everything out, and I can control my awnings here. If my ignition were on, I could also do my hydraulic leveling system. Coming in, I have a really quick and easy access point to turn on certain lights. So if I want my porch light on or off or anything, or typically when I come in, I'm just going to hit the all on or all off. So makes it super easy to not have to use your app or do anything. You just push a button. So I think on some of the more modern coaches, they forgot about that, and customers are like, I really want to push a button. I love all the app stuff, but let me push a button. And so there you go. Winnebago gave it to you. And before you get in all the way, let's look at this. This is a woven vinyl flooring. Now this looks like it would be hard to maintain, but it's really not. A lot of people who have thought that, felt the same way, but they found out that once they're using it, it's really simple to clean, simple to sweep or vacuum. Now it looks like it's actually a bunch of different, like these could come up, but they don't, because this is just vinyl. This is also really good on your pet's feet. It's a little bit less slidey than some of the other stuff that like vinyl plank flooring. So it's a really nice upgrade that they did. So come on in, and I'm gonna start that chassis up so I can get the slide out. And there we go. Turn that Sirius XM radio down. There's a few ways I can get this chassis, this slide out. I guess I have to start that all the way. I'm sorry. So I've started that, and I don't know if you could hear it, but that awning is coming in, which is a safety feature that we have. So, and then while this slide is going out, I'll just kind of tell you what we have on the inside. So this is the Allure interior that we have with a taupe and chairs and ultra leather, and the white on these pieces here. So let's come all the way back to the back. I'm going to leave this right here. So I talked about this being a three rooms. So this is going to be our bedroom area, and you have a few differences here than you see in the Echo. So I've got more space back here. So in Echo, I've got these two pieces here. But what you see is, first, really cool design. This reminds me of like back in the 80s a little bit. Those features are coming back in modern homes. And it's got this nice little angled architecture right here. And these all open up. I have so much storage back here that you can figure out what it is, where you need to put it. So got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. But in previous versions, what you would have is you would have this would kind of go all the way back, and then you'd have to try to reach in there to get things. It wasn't the most user-friendly piece. So now what Winnebago has done is they've given these little cubby holes with this netting here to kind of keep things back, and it just maximizes the space, makes it easier to use. Winnebago is listening to their customers, and as you're laying down here on these super comfortable foam mattresses, and we have that nice Frolly system, which you'll see these pedals. The more you push on those pedals, the more they push back at you. So that nice Frolly system gives you the comfort for if you're a side sleeper like me. It's going to help comfort you on that. Now, we talked a little bit about these windows before, right? So this would technically is the emergency escape window, and they're nice tinted, dual pane acrylic. I've got multiple points where they can stay out, and if it's out that far, I'm just going to have that screen down, right? So I don't let any critters in. But if I want to leave this partially, I'll just do the two. If I want to leave this partially open, but where people can't get in easily, I can have them in that midway point locked in, and I have a little space there that'll let air in, because this coach does seal up nice and tight, which on a cold morning like it was this morning in the teens, we would want that nice and tightly sealed. But if you want to have some air coming in, we have a nice 12-volt max air fan up at the front that's going to help pull that air out. And that's what you could do. And that way, you could, with using a low amount of energy, keep some airflow through here. This will be my screen, so I'll have that screen on if that's the case. And then I'm having a little bit of issue here, but this is your blackout shade right there. This little package here is going to be my thermal windshield and side cab window covering. Super effective and efficient. So not only does it give you the privacy that you would like, it also helps, has a reflective heat barrier in there, which will reflect the heat either back out to the sun in the summer or back into the coach in the winter. So get this out of the way for a second. And I don't know if you can see this, but I've got a nice little 24-inch TV right there. So that way you can just stream a little bit of TV before you go to bed if you'd like. And if you don't want that there, super easy to take that out. So as I'm laying here and going to sleep at night, what's really neat is I've got this nice little light right here so I can read. And then I also have two 12-volt. I'm sorry, I have one 12-volt, a USB-A, USB-C, and two 110-volt charging stations right here. So no matter what it is, see if I can get that light on there. There you go. Very flexible light. So no matter what it is that you need to charge, you can figure out how to do it there. And that's going to be on both sides. So now, this is a dual twin, but we also have this piece right here. So while I'm in here, if my wife's on one side, I'm on the other, we can have our cards, play some cards here, have some drinks right here. And if we want to watch TV, maybe have some popcorn or something, although I don't recommend eating in bed, but you can do that. This also flips over. And when this is flipped over, it sits right where my knees are right here, right across here. And what that gives you is like a king bed size. It's just about a king bed. It's a little bit longer right here, but you can, if my wife and I wanted to cuddle, we could actually have this set here, not be separated from each other, and be east and west versus the north and south. Also, some of us have some dogs, and if you want your dog to be with you, it's a nice little spot to be able to let them up there with you. Now, it does remove this step, because once this is on, then you're kind of getting up from here to here. So if you've got a smaller dog, you might need to help them, or I've seen people get those little doggy steps. And so we have one of those for a cat at home. Under each one of these, I'm going to have this nice drawer. So I've got one, I'm sitting on top of one right now, but it's identical to this. So this opens, so I can get my socks, my underwear, t-shirts, whatever, shorts, whatever it is I need to get in there. And my wife would have hers too. And then we also have two little shirt style closets. So let me open the top so it's a little easier to see. So there you go. So there's my Winnebago goodie basket in there. So in that you'll have a little sewer hose and water hose and some other stuff, but you won't have that in there. You can actually hang some shirts in there. And then on this side, you'll see that we have basically the same thing. And then you also have access to your coach area too. So these are removable. I like that they did this. So if these do get a little bit dirty, you can easily just take them outside, spray them off, or do whatever you want. I've got my my heat return right here. I've got more charging area right here, and my fuse box right there. So really cool setup that we have. The air conditioner is not in my face. I have a ducted air conditioner. So I would probably be sleeping on that side, and I would just, these would all be, I'll guarantee you, these would all be focused on me, because I like things cooler than my wife. We always have that conversation. This piece right here is the table. Now this table can go in one of two places, and I'll show you when we get out there where that can go. There's a little pole that goes into the floor, hooks into this. It literally takes about 5 seconds to get that set up. So remember, we were talking about this is a 3-room setup, which is a really innovative idea that Winnebago did. So there's 2 ways of getting some privacy in here. There's a little curtain. I've got 2 little hooks right here, so you can have that curtain up. But I have 2 piano hinges on each one of these. So if I open this, I'm gonna, in fact, let me move forward so I don't lock myself up. So now I've got privacy in the bedroom, and this is gonna be the bathroom right here. Now, if I wanna make one large bathroom, I'm just gonna do this real quick so you can kind of get an idea. I can actually have this door open, and now I have privacy, and I can go from the shower to the toilet area. So let's come in here and check out this toilet area. So again, I have this dual pane acrylic window that I can have the multiple spots, so I can actually have that open slightly with the screen down, or I can have the blackout shade there. Now here, I've got an adjustable shelving right here, so I can move that up or down as I need to, or I could just remove that completely. And these nice European style hidden hinges here, and these all lock in there. Probably have about an 8, 10, maybe a 10 pound, 12 pound pull. What's really neat about this cabinet, and is that Winnebago has done something really neat. You see this little piece right here? If you pull this piece up, take a tissue box, turn it upside down, the tissues will be hanging out here, and this will just be sitting on your tissue box. So, or you could just have that set up, and it's really cool. Or if you have an issue getting that tissue box to fit, just take the tissues out, just basically break that box up, sit the tissues in there with that on top, and that'll just kind of keep lowering as that supply dwindles. Multiple places for storing things, and again, you'll notice these nice hinges, and at the very top I've got that little security grab loop, and what that does is it keeps me from slamming into this mirror. Hot and cold water right here, and then I also have where I can turn my water heater on or off right here, and I have my water pump, so I can go ahead and turn that on. Real modern style faucet here, and this is just a one-piece sink. It's all one piece. It's where I got a little heat register right here, and then so it's going to be able to pull that in and push out that down there. And then here I've got a that should be back all the way, but a little place to store additional pieces. We do have the porcelain toilet with the Japsco, so I have a if it's just a light flush that you need, you went number 1, you can do that, or if it's a heavier duty flush, there's that set up too. So coming into here, I'm gonna just shut this, and then I think we're gonna need to switch places. So if you think that's a better, all right. So opening this, so I think this is about 5'8", and then we're about 6'2" with this piece right here, and then I have a little towel rod here to hang things. So here I am, probably about 6'1" with these boots on, and looks like I got a cup, actually definitely more than 6'2" right there. A multi setting, so I can turn this on or off, and it's got a nice spray valve right there, and I can get this to different levels here. So again, this is going to come out hot immediately, minus whatever's in this little loop right here, and then I can hang any of my towels or whatnot up. And this is a self squeegeeing panel right here, so that just takes the water off immediately as soon as you put it in there, and it's a very easy little shower area to keep. I've seen people that will set up other pieces here to put their shampoo and whatnot, and you can just stick that right there. So nice little towel bar right here. Now you might think, well, those towels are going to get soaked. No, because I have this little setup right here, so pretty cool. 10 cubic foot compressor base Norcold refrigerator and freezer, and I can set the temperature for the freezer and for that refrigerator separately. So very efficient, 12 volt. It's going to get things really cold, much superior to those old gas electric ones. I've got a nice smart TV right here with a sound bar to give you that theater experience, well, sub-theater experience. And then this opens up, and I have a lot of controls in here. So Wi-Fi gateway, I've got HDMI 2. If I have a satellite portable dish right here, I can hook that up through from the back into here, into this. What's really neat here is I have a roof access port. A lot of Winnebago fans wanted that. Winnebago listened, and they did it. So if you want to set up a Starlink or anything on top of it, like say a WeBoost for your cell phone booster, you can do that there. More HDMI, more power. So I have 110 power, and I also have a USB-A, USB-C, and 12 volt. So if you do get Starlink, our technicians can install that for you, and that would all be set up right there, and we already have the power for it there as well. All right, so nice little split design sink cover, and this also doubles as a bamboo cutting board. Look at this gorgeous, massive round sink, and then this will pull out, and then I have spray and flow features from that hot and cold water sink. So you'll basically be able to get whatever dishes and pots and pans and even small dogs in there to give them a nice wash. Little power outlet here, so a little power tower, two 110 volts, USB-A, USB-C, another window, huge window by the way, that we can set out, and we have that multiple settings with this. So you guys know I'm a big fan of induction cooktops because there's 90% efficiency versus gas, which is about 40%, but some of you guys disagree with me and you love cooking with gas. Well, guess what? You can do both in this. So I can cook on the gas right here. I can have something else cooking on this right here. I can set a temperature, the temperature on that and the time. So if I want to set up a nice stew in there, I can have that cooking for 4 to 6 hours on a lower temperature. Speaking of cooking, I also have this induction microwave cooktop. I'm sorry, induction microwave. And you'll notice that this right here is an actual coil. So you can cook a cake, a pizza. You're gonna get that true heating that you're used to in a toaster oven or something like that. So this really doubles and gives you a lot of capabilities with that. Under here, this is where we have our whole home water filter right there and additional storage. So you can put your pets food down there, your pots and pans, whatever it is that you want. Probably a good spot for that. Your pots and pans, not so much, but your trash can would go there. A little space to put some extra stuff right here. And then I have these really convenient drawers, little metal pieces on the side to hold stuff in. Nice and deep on those two, and then a little shallower one here, so I can put my pots and pans down here, additional food items right here, and then my silverware and cooking utensils right here. Soft close drawers on all that. And then here I also have a countertop extender. So really cool. We talked about where are we gonna put these tables. Well, I've got two places right here. Let me just move this little mat out of the way. And so here I can put the pole here or here. And these are an upgrade. I've got the reclining Euro style recliners. And there's just a little button on the side. So now with my neck issues, which I have, I can actually pull this forward and get that to give me a little bit. Oh my God, this is so comfortable, guys. This is actually more comfortable than what I have at my house because this is getting right in the crook of my neck. I've got good lumbar support right here. It is perfect. TV's right there. I can see it easily. And man, after a long day, whitewater kayaking or hiking or mountain biking or just having a great day with the grandkids, this is a really comfortable place to be able to kick back and relax. Speaking of your grandkids, huge setup right here. So I got a ladder back there that hooks up right here. So on the time that if you have kids or grandkids that want to join you, or if you just want to bring some of your kayaking buddies, they can sleep up there. Nice twin bed setup right there. Makes it easy. So I could have one of my kayaking buddies sleeping on the one side, me on the other, and it doesn't seem weird. And then I can get another one up there. You'll notice two 110 outlets, 12 volt and USB-A, USB-C. And on each side, I have a window with a jalousie style opening. So that way, if they want a little bit of extra air in here, they can get that. And then just backing up and looking up here, we talked about that 12 volt fan. That is gonna be right here. So that's where that is, easy to access. And speaking of accessing, let's get to the real key piece on this. So Winnebago has this new Winnebago Connect system right here. And I swear this is probably like alien technology or something because this has so many capabilities. This all the systems in here are being monitored and it's feeding into this 10-inch screen smart system. So smart homes are where everybody's trying to go today. With my lights, I can have multiple settings. So I can have everything's on bright. I can have let things get a little bit darker at night because I want to like tone down for the evening. I can have everything off. So I have 3 different settings on this right here. I can turn all these on and then I can actually set that as a preset. A few other things, I can see my water systems from here, my pump, master every single thing I want to look at. I can see that. I also have heated tank pads on this as well. I can control my awning through here if I wish, and my awning light. So I can even say how much I want those, how bright I want those. Energy management right here. This is going to show me where all my energy is, 99% charge on my battery, and it's going to tell me how much time I have left to use at this current usage. So I can operate my slide outs here, but what's really neat for us pet lovers, I've got a wonderful daughter, I love her, but I also have a cat named Whiskey and a dog named Leela. And if they're in here with us, we would want to make sure that that max temperature did not get too high. So I would probably set that to like 80, and then minimum temperature, I might set that to 65, right? So that way, if I'm not here and I have my dog and my cat in here, that's going to use my HVAC system to make sure that they're going to be in an environment that's going to be comfortable for them. What's really neat about this is that this has next level connectivity. So if you have Wi-Fi and you're hooked up with that, or a WeBoost and you have solar, or Starlink, that's going to be able to actually let your phone know through the app what's going on in your coach. There's over 100 monitoring alerts available. So another really cool feature with this is I have on-the-go software updates and system diagnostics. So if I have a problem with something, I can get this updated with internet connectivity. It can be updated through Winnebago. Additionally, I can get diagnostics through this as well. So this really is next generation setup. I don't see anybody having this level of setup in the RV industry. This is a long time coming. I'm really proud to see that Winnebago once again is the innovator in the industry. So last but not least, we talked about both of these turning around. So I've got little, I call them bumper seats that will go there, so that way when it is turned around, you don't have your knees in your face. But you also have a little storage compartments underneath here, and we've got one here, and then I also have two little spots right here. Now, if you do have a dog or a cat with you and they need to be in a crate, you can actually have a small dog in a crate here with this slide out shut. So that does work. And before we go, sorry, but I just want to pan back here. I've got a nice little dual storage setup right here. So you can use that whether you want for pantry or for additional storage space. So coming on back or up front, we're going to just swing through this real quick, but for the most part, I just want to show that this is going to have the Mercedes Me apps, which you can get updated as necessary. It's got all the safety equipment that you can order. There's nothing on a Mercedes Sprinter chassis that we did not incorporate with this, we being Winnebago. So all the features are here. You can set them as you want. Some people don't like the active lane keeping assist. You can turn it on to warning or just to sound. I like it because it makes you paying attention. It's got attention assist. If it doesn't think that you're paying attention, it's going to warn you. But really key, active brake assist. So that's going to actually help do a collision mitigation for you. So if there is somebody who's just slamming on the brakes and you didn't notice it quick enough, it's going to do that for you and start doing that. Full navigation features into that, phone connectivity, and you can just operate everything here. You can just access it through here. I can see everything through here, and I can change what I'm looking at. So if I want my early warning to be quicker or later, I can do it through there. Adaptive cruise right here, all that set up. So again, we're looking at I don't want to forget, rear view camera right here. So instead of just looking to see what's behind you, and that what's behind you is your coach, you actually can see what is actually behind you. And then when this baby is in reverse, I have just good metrics to see what's out there. So a lot of different options with all of this. So again, we are on a Mercedes chassis with the 2025 Winnebago Navion 24R. This is such a great coach for you and your family. All the safety equipment that you could ask for, multiple airbags, next level, modern, smart home, smart RV features built into this with connectivity that will tell you on your phone, training videos, everything. We're at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Chris Capper. You can reach me at 813-333-2988. Please give me a call. I'll give you all this information again in person. I'll take great care of you and make sure you get through our award-winning service team and get out there camping. So thank you so much and happy camping.